What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Bundesliga career mode. This is episode number 73 and we start today's of stuff on the back of our win against Werder Bremen. Still chasing that points record in the Bundesliga. Never said it before, as we know Bayern hold it with 91. We got a golden chance to reach 92. And if we extend our winning run, no reason why we can't do it with a game to spare. Still 41st game of today's episode here. This was going to be an interesting one. Champions League quarterfinal, first leg, San Siro. We were here in the last 16 facing this team's city rivals. Yet we knocked out AC Milan in the last 16. Now Inter Milan in the quarterfinals. And heading into the game, Inter are in 10th this season, not having a great season domestically, in danger of missing out on European football altogether for next season. And when you look at their team here, it's alright, a few English boys have moved on. Billy Gilmore, the Scot, is there as well, alongside Conor Gallagher, former Chelsea lads. Anthony Gordon's there, Jordan Pickford between the sticks, another former Toffee. Dwight McNeil, the former Claret, is there as well. Quite a few English players in this Inter Milan side. And Sam Greenwood up top as well. Kang In Lee, of course, the former Valencia and Mallorca forward, is there too. But it's an okay team, but it's not great. Like, it's definitely a team which I felt heading into the game would probably be quite even with us, but actually instead a 4.5-star side. I gotta say, heading to the San Siro for the first leg, we were here in the round of 16 and we drew 2-2 against AC Milan. But heading into this game, I've got to be honest, I felt favourites to make it through to the Champions League semi-final, which of course is where the ball wants to get to this season. So heading into the game in what has been an amazing run of form, haven't lost since match day 4 in the Bundesliga and still haven't tasted defeat in Europe this season. I've got to be honest, heading into the game, I looked at Inter Milan's side. I saw they've been struggling mightily domestically in the Serie A this season, in mid-table, 10th place, and I thought, okay, I'm going to go at them right from the very first whistle because I feel like we should be favourites. And 29 minutes in, we were still tied at 0-0 courtesy of Jordan Pickford, the former Toffee, making some incredible saves in the Inter Milan goal. A couple of great stops there, especially on Vlasic. What a ball by Mukiele. What a great save on Nicolas. It was still 0-0. But the breakthrough was coming. It was one of those games where you're just in control from the very first minute and you know at some point you're going to break that deadlock. And right before the break, we had a chance to do so. Vlasic gets around Buscagli, runs through, and this time finds the back of the net. It was coming though, it was coming. And I often talk about this as well, like in games like this, you just got to be patient. You know, you've just got to be patient. Don't change things, because when things are working, you just haven't got your reward. Trust the process. Trust yourself. It's going to happen at some point, and it did right before the break. Vlasic, you got his second in the Champions League. Both goals coming at this ground of San Siro after scoring in the round of 16 here against AC Milan, and in 5 minutes after the restart. Well, Pickford made a couple of great saves in the first half, but I'll be honest here, don't really know how he failed to save this one. Yep, Hubner stepping in from the right, smacking the ball dead centre, and somehow Jordan ducks out of the way. Yeah, terrible goalkeeping, but we will take it. So 2-0 up on Inter Milan. Theodore and Nicola with the goals, and with 15 minutes to go, still leading by 2. We'd been in complete control, and then I gifted Inter a chance to get back in the tie, let alone the game. Passing out from the back. Normally it's fine, but every now and then you surrender a golden chance, and Dwight McNeil should have got Inter back in the game. But what a save by Zach Steffen, the American. So it's still leading by 2. Inter spurning a golden chance, and their only real chance to get back in the game on the night of 8 minutes to go. Well, it's one of those sort of like swing moments in football, you know, when on the other end there's a golden chance to level a game or cut the deficit. They miss it, and then on the other end it's a sucker punch. Exactly what happened there. A few minutes later, Okugawa comes forward one-on-one, beats Jordan Pickford for the 3rd time on the night, and we hold on for the 3-0 win at the San Siro. So no doubt about it, 1 foot in the semi-finals now, I would say. 3-0 the final score. Okugawa, by the way, brought him off the bench at half-time, set up Theodore's goal, and then scored a dagger in the 3rd as well. You see the stats here, absolutely dominated from the first whistle. I gave Inter a really golden chance to get back in the game, and thankfully Zach Steffen bailed me out. Other than that one opportunity, they never caused me any problems whatsoever. And I headed into the game thinking, and I talked about this a few episodes ago, it's so cool, as Chelsea put a bit in for the skip era, which of course we rejected. It's so cool when you're doing like a long RTG, and there's games like that where, you know, last season, for example, I would have headed into that tie and thought, oh, this is going to be a really, really tough tie. But, you know, and of course the season before, I would have thought we're probably underdogs. But now you can go into those ties against a good, you know, a good Inter Milan side, 4.5 star, and think, I'm better than these guys. Like, I'm definitely better than these guys. And I think it's really, really cool when you have those sort of moments of growth there and you realise how much your team has grown. And I think it's funny because as we head into the second game of today's episode here against Bayern Munich away at the Allianz Arena, only one loss all season long coming on match day 4, chasing Bayern's points record as they're chasing a return to Champions League football. Let's just say they had extra motivation to stop us winning this game here in their backyard. But I think, you know, it's sometimes it's easy to forget how much growth there's been with this team. Like, we are a 5-star team, the best team in Germany now, and one of the absolute best in the world as well. We're not the Arminia Bielefeld we started off with back in Season 1 or Season 2. We are literally dominant now domestically and showcasing how good we are in Europe as well. But still, for the second game, yep, Bayern Munich away, of course, as we know, chasing that points record. We know now that if we win all of our remaining games but one, we will set the new points record. We'd afford one slip-up in our final games and still set the points record if we win the others. So taking on Bayern away, I saw this as the toughest game remaining this season. So I thought if I can win this, there's no doubt about it. I think we'll bottle it if we fail to set the points record this season. But Bayern, like I said pre-game, they're going to have extra motivation into this game, trying to stop us from getting that points record. And they were the better team in this game as well. And not be for Zach Steffen making a great save here, would have been a goal down. Joshua Kimmich firing one from just inside the area. But Zach Steffen made a great save against Inter Milan. What a signing he has been from Manchester City. Absolute bargain buy the Americans proved to be, as we were still deadlocked at 0-0. I've got to be honest here, I didn't really create many chances in this game whatsoever. I tried one of those halfway line goals with Jamie Llewellyn with 20 minutes to go, fired it over the bar. I don't show many halfway line attempts nowadays. I still do try them for those curious, but it's just, I'm not even getting close anymore. I don't know why, but at the start of this year's FIFA, I came quite close. Hit the bar a couple of times, but now I'm getting very, very far away from scoring one of those audacious halfway line attempts. Even though game finished as a goalless draw, it was a really tight game. You saw the stats there as well, exactly what I was expecting. Despite how dominant we've been domestically this season, I knew that was going to be a much tougher game there, but it's okay because with just a few games to go, a draw is fine. Like I said, we could afford one draw and one defeat. So long as we win the other games, we'll still set the points record by 1 point. So that's okay. That was the toughest game remaining of the season, in my opinion. I know we still got to go to Leipzig as well, but even so, I thought that was the toughest game remaining this season, and we got a point and a clean sheet. It's not a terrible result, and the points record is still a definite possibility. That was the toughest game, and to get a point from it, yeah, it's not a bad result. We still have the chance of that points record. So for the third and final game of today's episode here, Inter Milan, heading back to the Stuttgart Arena, second leg of the Champions League quarterfinal, and I've got to be honest here, after what happened in the first leg of the San Siro, I thought, okay, I gave them one golden chance with a poor pass out, which Steffen bailed me out for, but really, I was never in too much danger. But again, 26 minutes into this game, I guess you could say I was the master of my own downfall in this tie here. The only chances Inter were getting were when I just gifted in possession, trying to pass out with Mukiele, gave the ball away. Super strike, to be fair. Saw Correa get into back on level terms on the night. But as we still led by 3 over 2 legs, I didn't feel too concerned because whilst I was giving them chances, they weren't breaking me down by good play, just poor passes from me. And I knew that I'd get more chance on the offensive end to restore our lead on the night and further our lead over 2 legs, which we would right before the break. Ludwig storming out left, rolls it across the field of Hubner. It's 5-1 over 2 legs, and the tie was done, basically. I really feel as though when you're going into European ties and you're away from home in the first leg, if you've been on my channel for a long time, you'll know back in the days where away goals used to count for double. I say back in the day, it was from last season. But when away goals used to count double, I'd always say, go for those goals in the first leg. Doesn't matter if you don't win, as long as you get the goals, you know, they count for double. I still feel like being on the offensive in the first leg away from home is the way to go. I really do. I much prefer playing away from home in the first leg of a European tie, even if the goals don't count for double. I still feel as though if you go away from home and you win the first leg by a couple of goals, when you're at home, you've already broken the motivation and the morale of your opponents, winning in their backyard and, you know, possibly by a couple of goals as well, and then they've got to come to you already trailing away from home as well. You know you're in the driving seat. Exactly what happened for this leg here against Inter Milan. Won the first leg 3-0 and won the second leg 4-1. Karim Adeyemi in this game was unplayable. 87 rated, and can I just say, I made a brilliant decision in the summer transfer window, selling Kolo Muani. He was a great backup standing striker for Jamie Llewellyn. It was hard to do, but for the money we got, close to £100 million, and then to replace him with Karim Adeyemi, who is younger and is now higher rated and has a better goal to game ratio as well, including a hat-trick in this game here, I think I made the right call. And then some. So, yeah, won the game 4-1, 7-1 over 2 legs. And like I said, when I saw the tie, I felt favourites, and there's no doubt about it. Over 2 legs, better team. Definitely deserved to win. No doubt about that. So, that would mean, come the end of that game there, as our unbeaten streak extends back to match day 4 domestically, which still blows my mind to think about. It's the most dominant I've been all year long. I headed into the calendar, and as you'll see, the draw for the final 4 of Europe's premier competition would pit us against... Oh man, wait for this. Yep. There it is. There it is. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. When I saw that they made it through, I knew we would have them. I saw their first leg victory against Lyon, and I was like, I bet if we make it through, we'll face them. And we will. Manchester City in the semi-finals. Knocked us out in the last 16. We've got them again, this time in the final 4. And there's no doubt about it. We might be favourites against Inter, but we're definitely underdogs there. God damn it. But that will end today's episode of the Bundesliga career, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please drop a like. Most of you will have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Bundesliga career mode very soon.